And Katie, let me give you co-host.
Great.
And then I will mute myself and hand it over to you.
Okay, well, good morning, everybody. I'm going to try to talk and share at the same time. I don't know if I'm capable of doing multitasking, but we'll see. You do just have me today because Miss Emily is facilitating our new Getting to Know FCPS for military families. So we are dividing and conquering today. But we are going to go over some ideas for Month of the Military Child, which will be in April this year, as it always is. For those of you that are maybe new to your experience as family liaisons, every month is the month of military child. And we have it in April, and it's to really ensure that our military students feel welcomed and honored and recognized for all of the self-sacrifices that they make as military connected students, because they move so often, they support their parents in their military careers, and they are overall just great kids. So it is a month-long event, but you can treat it like a marathon and just sprinkle little things throughout the month. It doesn't have to be some big crazy thing every day. We often find that the simple things are just as effective as a big brouhaha of an event. So we're going to talk a little bit about what's coming up and then talk about some side suggestions. And then if anyone has new ideas or things that they want to share with everybody else to help them with that process, then please do so, because many of you have been celebrating this for many years in your schools and you are the experts. So just to give you some little updates on some things going on, we have Purple Up Day, which falls within the month of Military Child. It is April 15th this year, so we are hoping that all of our schools will celebrate Purple Up Day in their own way on April 15th. It's a day where you can don all of your purple as a visible support for our military connected students. It's purple because when you combine all of the colors of the military branches, you get the color purple. So purple shirts, purple hats, whatever your school allows in terms of purple, feel free to wear it that day. We are hoping that our online store will be open starting on February 16th for people to purchase items. And this year we kind of have a little purple pop-up because we were able to put in multiple items this year so that you can take your pick. We will have a purple up t-shirt. We will have a hoodie. We have pajama pants because we know they're big with the kiddos and me. We have a keychain, and then there's also yard signs as well for sale. We've set it up a little bit differently this year where we're going to have a link to a store specifically for schools to purchase to hopefully take care of you all not being charged for tax. And then we will have a link that you can send out to families so that they can also purchase items as well. The plan is also to hopefully cut down on any shipping costs where everything is going to come to Dunloring for us to then sort through and then distribute. So if anybody's around when we get all of these boxes and wants to help sort, just let me know. So that is what's going on, and I'll show you kind of the designs in a second. We're also hoping to have a military field day that's scheduled right now for April 18th. We're still in the planning process, but we have mentioned it to our military families. It is going to be a field day where we're hoping to have fun different obstacle courses and events and noodle javelin throw. And some of our clubs are going to be sponsoring some food stalls to do a little fundraising for their student ambassador programs and things like that. It will be at Annandale High School at their stadium. We, though, are looking for our high schools to help sponsor a field day activity. So if any of you are our family liaisons in our high schools, please reach out to any of your club sponsors. It has gone out to all of the department of or the directors of student activities, asking them to send it out to their club sponsors. But we really want high school clubs to sponsor one of these relay races or things like that in order to help connect our students with different clubs and they can see what's all offered throughout FCPS. We have not had many sign up so far, and if we don't get a decent amount, then I'd hate to have to reschedule or adjust the event. So please remind your club sponsors to fill out the form or at least get in touch with me if they have any questions about it. So here is what the swag is going to look like. We have our purple up shirts. We went with a gray hoodie this year with the purple writing. Here are the fancy pajama pants that we're hoping the high schoolers are all going to get. I know I will be getting a pair. Of course, a Pop It fidget keychain. And then these lawn signs available as well for that. So these will all be available in the store for purchase, just trying to make it a little bit more variety this year. Okay, any questions on any of that so far on our store? We'll let you know when it's all available. We'll send out a little blurb that you guys can put in your newsletters to share with the link as well. So once we have all of that, we will get it out to the first, who will get it out to all of you. And now in terms of within your school, we definitely encourage you all to put your own little spin on Purple Up Day and also Month of Military Child with some different events throughout the month, or if you want to do the week of Purple Up Day, like just kind of, sandwich it all in there that week, that totally works. We have had schools who do their breakfast or a luncheon or a coffee with their students and their families where they can recognize them. A little lunch bunch for your military kids. And this is all obviously going to depend on how many you have in your school. So if you have, like 3 or you have 10, it might be more of a lunch bunch type group. So it's just going to kind of depend on what's available within your school, and that's totally okay. In the month of the military toolkit that went out to your principals, and I believe it's also in the forum. You can download certificates. We made sure this year that you can do a mail merge with them to make it easier to print out your 100 or so certificates within that. So that could be something you do in a lunch bunch or an advisory session, something like that. We've had schools who do a really cool military kids mile march where it's a walk a mile in their shoes, and everybody goes out and does a mile lap around the school to kind of just show their support for your military kids. And hopefully by April, we'll be able to be outside and it will be pleasant and not muddy anymore, because it's going to be muddy when all of this melts. We've seen schools who do wonderful assemblies where they get their military special guests. If you want to reach out to the ROTC and some of our high schools, they are always looking to support different events. You could have guest speakers from, maybe a military, you know, member who was also a military kid, or you have staff members who are military kids and can talk about it, or even have your military kids themselves speak as to what it's like and give everybody an understanding within that. And of course, we all love a Spirit Week. That's a great, easy way to do it. Where Wednesday's purple. Ooh, I forgot to change that. Sorry, on this slide from last year. It's April 15th, so ignore that. So on Wednesday, everybody wears purple, but Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, you could have different themes, within there. You could have red, white, and blue day. You could have camo day. You could have whatever you want day. A cultural day, since we have military families who live all throughout the world, so they could represent the different countries that everybody lives in, those types of things within that. So it's a great thing if you're planning these events. It might be helpful to pull in your student ambassador programs, and those kids might be able to give you some ideas and help support the event. Ask your military connected students maybe what they would like to see during that month as well. They always have great ideas. And then these are some more ideas that you can do on more of like an activity level. If you wanted to do something in a morning meeting or throughout the school, that maybe takes a little less planning within that. We've had schools who've done some amazing bulletin boards and banners throughout their schools with the maps where every student that's military connected has lived, so you can see all the places. They've made little, dog tags about being a military kid and put them up throughout the school. We have schools who write letters to their military connected students to help thank them for their service as a military connected student. We do also have in the toolkit a daily calendar where there's little themed things they can do for military connected students. So it might be like find a dandelion and take a picture of it because that is the flower of our military students because they bloom wherever they're planted. So there's things like that. It's, learn the military songs, different really easy things that you can do kind of on a daily basis in a morning meeting or things like that. The FRC also has some books on military connected students. So if you want to check out one of those books and do a little morning story within that. Your military kids could do some interviews that you can play during advisory times or give their own little presentations about it. I love a purple rock. All right, Peyton, I know Irving has had their purple rock out front now for years because one of their former MFLACs has painted it purple and it just stayed purple throughout that. So you can do fun facts. There's a whole bunch of different things that you guys can do on a very more simple but yet effective level. So don't feel like you have to do the huge breakfast if that's not something that's going to fit in your calendar or your budget or your resources. But doing the little sprinkles throughout the month can be just as effective for your military connected students. And yes, I can also make sure that you all can see the slides in addition to it being recorded. And here are just some pictures from over the last few years that we've had. So you can see here we've done the breakfasts at our schools. Here they are getting their certificates. I love the purple cupcakes. Popsicles on your playground for your military connected students and have them get together outside for a little special treat is always a great thing for them to do. Here are some of those just awesome bulletin boards and the more, like easy displays, because obviously there's a lot of work that went into these. But just having this visual throughout your school is a great reminder for your military students to know that they're appreciated and also for the rest of your school to learn a little bit more about them. Okay. And that's really all that I have. I know some of you on here have done some amazing things, or maybe you're thinking about something different this year. If anyone would like to take a moment to share what their plan is, I know it's only February, but I know many of you are planners.
Katie, there is a question
Yes.
from Catherine Pennington who is saying, will there be any designated meetup spots at the field day for specific schools or regions for families to meet each other?
We can definitely plan for that. We can definitely say, like, here's a little host spot for each of the regions as well. I think that's a great idea, Catherine. Yeah, Kate, sorry. Within that. So yeah, we can definitely look at that as well. So yeah, because we like, then the reason it's a whole division-wide thing is A, it makes it a little bit easier on you all. But also we have, some regions who don't have as many military connected students. So we want to make sure those students maybe in region 1 where there aren't as many are still able to connect with military connected students. And for those of you that are military connected, you know that our world is very small. And so there might be someone in region 1 who was stationed with someone in region 6, and this is a chance for them to cross paths and connect with each other within that. So yeah, it's similar to the military barbecue that we had in August within that.
Will you be doing that again this year? I know that's not month of the military child, but just a quick question.
Apparently, yeah, apparently that's on the agenda. So yes, we'll see within that. So, but yes, but also like I said, for this one to obviously be kicked off, we do need to have the support of our high school club. So please encourage any of your high school clubs for those of you in the high school to participate. It'll be a fun day. We have some fun ones planned already. Hayfield's ROTC is coming out and they have a stuffed animal litter carry obstacle course that they're planning. So yeah, so it'll be fun. Cotton candy, I think, as well is being sold. So it'll be a good time.
Can I ask
Liliana?
you a question?
Oh,
I want to ask you, this is only for military families or for people from embassies and uh, organizations, American organizations work outside, like
I mean,
CIA.
technically it's military connected families, but I'm not checking ID cards at the door. Within that, so because we understand they also have those same experiences, especially those that are State Department and such. So,
Yeah, State Department.
not necessarily, I'm not going to kick anybody out if they come. And then also, I think Marianne asked about if our elementary schools. So we might open it up to elementary schools. Right now, we're just starting with our high schoolers since those, it may take a little less adult supervision because the high schoolers can help run an event versus like if it's the elementary, like having the kids run it might be kind of hard, especially if they're going to want to go play. And that may take more adults to be involved with it. But if it's getting to the point that we need help, then we may definitely look out for that as well. I will make sure that you guys can access the certificates. They should be there within our toolkit. So I will look for those and make sure that they are linked within the toolkit. Okay. Any other questions?
Yes,
Yeah.
actually, Katie, she has a follow-up, and then
Oh, yes.
Adriana has a question
Mhm.
with maybe having the elementary staff or parents leading an activity, but I'm wondering if maybe not a whole big field day, but maybe something that's on a smaller scale might be
Yeah,
more
because
manageable.
we're also suggesting like it doesn't have to be like a field day activity like some crafts and things like that. We just want to we'll wait and see because we also know like now like there's with it being on a Saturday like asking teachers to participate on something on a Saturday is limited within some of their new parameters. So we will definitely keep that in mind. And if we open it up to elementaries, we'll definitely let you know. Yes, we did put it out through our News You Choose. And also, I think Emily put it on our social media. So it has gone out to families to kind of give them a heads up, and they are already signing up there. So they're excited. They love a good field day.
Excuse me.
Adriana, you
Yeah, good morning, everybody. Adriana Ferrer from Justice High School. I'm sorry I got late because we're preparing this afternoon or this evening the rising ninth graders into our school. Did you mention that there's an activity and out somewhere for high schoolers?
You mean there's a form where the high school club can sign up to sponsor one of the activities there, and it was sent to the directors of student activities so that they could send it out to their club sponsors. And it's also mentioned in the toolkit as well. There's some information there that you feel free to cut and paste and give it to any of your club sponsors at the school.
Okay,
sorry,
thank you
Okay.
you
very
said
much.
the toolkit went out to principals, right?
Yes.
Where
Yes.
can family liaisons find the toolkit?
I yes, Miss Sandra.
Yes, it is actually in the action items for the month of February, as well as linked in the links for the week. And it is also on the front page of the forum. So if you look, you should be able to find it. And as it gets a little closer, it'll be a little bit more prominent. But right now, you can find it in the action items and on the links.
And it should be shared like with open to all FCPS. So if you go into Google and you search like MOMC 2026, you should be able to find the toolkit that way as well. If you're just in your Google Drive, because it's open to all FCPS employees.
I have a question.
Sorry, just real quick to Janet. They don't have to register, but there is a registration form for families. And it's just to help us kind of gauge numbers. But again, like if they don't sign up and they show up that day, I'm gonna let them through the door. Okay, so it's just to help us give numbers, and so that form is available. Thank you, Tianja. And Sylvia, what's your question? Oh, you're muted, sweetheart.
I, I have a question. So
Sure.
I'm new to the county. I've
Yes.
been here about 4 months or so. I work at Mount Vernon High School. Do you know if Mount Vernon has signed up or has done it in the past? Like,
So this is the first time we're doing it, and I don't believe that they have signed, any of their clubs have signed up yet. I know I have Hayfield, Falls Church, and Lake Braddock have signed up,
okay, I'll talk to them
like
because I
one
know
club of each.
our ROTC, they like to volunteer and do
Yeah.
a lot of activities. So I'll talk to
Yeah.
them
It's
about
a
it.
great time for them to do like a pull up and push up contest.
Okay, I'll ask them. Thank you.
All right, thank you.
I have a question.
Yes.
Hi. So for the month of the military child,
Mm-hmm.
so we know active duty members are part of that, but what about reserves? Are we considering reserves?
If you are military, if you consider yourself military connected, then I consider you military connected. So our retirees and veterans more than happy to come. Our, active duty, reserve, National Guard are also, yeah, within it. So yeah, because my husband's retired and I still consider myself military connected. So
Okay, so you're saying retired and veterans can also be
Mhm.
considered.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And
And
we
that
can
goes
also
along too with also when it comes to like you supporting your students in your schools, and celebrating Month of Military Child. A retired kid still considers them military connected. They still provided support and service to their families while their families were in. So I encourage you to also include them in those events. I know they're a little bit harder to find since they're not in CIS per se. But there's ways that you can probably find out just by a casual, informal search or ask in your schools about that. Because they do consider themselves still military connected. If you think about your high schoolers, for maybe 15 years they were military connected and they're still impacted from all of those moves that they did. So I do encourage you to try to reach out and find your veteran kiddos and retiree kiddos. I am working on a way to try to make that easier. I don't know if it'll be all ready to go before April, because there's some moving parts to it. But yes, if a student considers themselves military connected, then I encourage you to include them in your events.
thank you.
Katie, I'm not sure if you've already answered this, but Loris Sarabam asked in the chat where the certificates are available. That's linked within the toolkit, correct?
It should be, yes, and I'll make sure that they're there. So I'm going to stop sharing that and then I can go look so I don't give everybody a crazy look through it. So yes,
And
they should be in there. Any other questions while I look?
No, I was gonna, while you were finding that out, a suggestion I think last year that we had in our brainstorming session for this, somebody mentioned with recognizing folks on staff who may have been a military child themselves. And actually, I'm thinking it was Eva Plazas, maybe at Belvedere, who was saying that they gave like a star to put on their by their name on their classroom door or next to it as a small way to recognize them as well. And I thought that was a great idea, including the folks that are on staff, because they can connect with the other kids, and you may not even know who falls into that group.
Yes, it's definitely a good thing. And thank you for reminding me about that. Many of our schools have started putting little things outside the doors to recognize military connected staff. And it's great, just like Chandra said, where it helps those kids know what staff members they can, kind of go to for support if they need it and all of that. And the certificates are in the toolkit. They are linked, I guess it's the second to third to last. It's in one of the pages. But it'll link to a folder with the certificates there that you can download as like a Word document so that then you can mail merge them if you have a bunch of them to do. Okay, but if you can't find it when you go through, let me know and I'll direct you directly to the folder. Toolkit already went out to the principals, but as Sandra said, it is linked throughout the forum for you all, and Chandra also put the link here in the chat for you all, so you can access it that way. And if you have any questions about it, just feel free to reach out to me. And you can find me at militaryfamilies@fcps.edu or through one of your FERS.
All right. Any last questions or thoughts anybody Have you done anything in the past that you found very successful that you'd like to share? We have just a few minutes left. I'll just open it up for you. They're all thinking.
I knew
Okay.
we threw a lot of ideas at you, but as you're thinking and brainstorming, just let us know. And if also if there's any way that Emily and I can come support you and you would like us to come to your event, we never turn down a donut. We're happy to come support your kids or walk the mile with them or whatever. We love to come see what you all are doing because it really lets us then elevate that to Dr. Reed and our other leadership to know that our schools are working really hard at being purple. And for those of you that are applying for your Purple Star this year, this is an excellent way to show your support for military families for that application. Okay.
And I am so sorry. I completely forgot, Helen. I apologize. We have just a couple of minutes left,
Yes,
and
we'll
I
let
was
Helen
supposed to
know.
do it in the beginning. That Helen is going to talk to you all a little bit about the GTK or getting to know Fairfax County. I am so sorry, Helen. Please go ahead.
Oh, thank you. Hi, everyone. I'm Seung Ko, and I go by Helen. I'm one of the community liaisons at the Learning Welcome Center, and I'm very grateful for this opportunity to share information about the GTK, getting to know FCPS sessions with you all today. So, getting to know FCPS, shortly GTK, is an interactive program designed to introduce families to our school system, key school staff, including family liaisons, school counselors, and school social workers, and the programs and support FCPS provides. We also cover technology tips and multiple ways families can support their student success. So we offer these sessions twice a month in English, Arabic, and Korean, and 5-6 times a month in Spanish, both in person and virtually. So if you know any families who would like to learn more about our school system, please feel free to register them through the Family Academy website, or families may register themselves. We recently added a new GTK session for especially military families. So you can see all those dates on the website, and I will add the link and my contact information in the chat. So you can contact me if you have any questions. Okay, thank you for your time, and please let me know if you have any questions.
Thank you so much, Helen. And
Sure.
also, we highly recommend for you all as family liaisons to take this. Again, it's offered in multiple languages, in person, and also virtually to
Mhm.
get sort of an overview of maybe what are new families hearing when they first get to FCPS. And we're such a large school district, you may be surprised to learn some things you didn't already know about FCPS. So please feel free to, you can attend yourself. And as Helen said, families can register themselves or you can register them. And she is putting in the chat. There it is. There's the schedule. And if you have any further questions, you can always reach out to her. She's very responsive. Um, and that is sliding in at 12 o'clock. Wonderful. Thank you so much, everyone. And we'll send out the slides. We'll send out the recording as soon as it is available. And that's about it. And again, you've got time. The pop-up store will be coming. I know I'm going to be getting some pajama pants too. Any excuse to wear pajama pants to work works for me. So thank you, everyone. I will hang out here for a moment to close us out, and we'll see you soon. Take care, everyone.
Love you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, bye.